Okay, I declare this session back in. We now are going to enter into a public meeting. Moved by Councillor Anderson, seconded by Councillor Caldwell, that the Committee of the Whole convenes into Committee of Adjustment. All in favor? Opposed, if any? Declare the motion carried. Okay, so I want to state that any decision reached by this committee today cannot be used to set a precedent. Each application considered by the committee is dealt with on its own merits, and no two applications are the same. The public hearing is to consider the minor variance application file number A2-15, Randy and Margaret Young, and calls upon the Secretary Treasurer.
That's me, Mr. Deputy Mayor. Subject property is described as Part Lot 17, Concession 12, and is municipally known as 6187 12th Line in the town of Minto. Proposed variance is to permit construction of a 185.8 square meter, 2,000 square foot accessory structure on the property. Section 6.1.4B of the zoning bylaw permits a maximum combined floor area for all accessory structures of 134.7 square meters or 1,450 square feet. Notices were mailed to property owners within 200 feet or 60 meters and circulated to applicable agencies and posted on the property. And comments were received from the Town of Minto Building Assistant, who is here to give those comments, Wellington County Senior Planner Linda Redmond, and the Saugeen Valley Conservation Authority. The planning opinion of the Wellington County is that the committee should be satisfied that the size requested will maintain the general intent and purpose of the official plan and zoning bylaw and would be desirable for the appropriate development of the subject property. The committee should be satisfied that the proposed use will be for personal storage only and not for commercial or residential purposes. Saugeen Valley Conservation Authority had a lengthy letter that concluded with, this application has been reviewed in accordance with the Conservation Authority's mandate and policies. The authority is of the opinion that the application appears to conform to the relevant policies of the county official plan and provincial policies.
Okay, now I'll call upon the applicant to present information on the proposed variance.
What kind of information are you looking for?
That's a good question, probably relevant to the building and why you want it.
Sorry? Well, we're planning on building a shed. I know it's over the legal variance that you allow, 2,000 square feet as opposed to 1,450. And it's basically, we have a motorhome, which I don't like sitting out in the sun all summer. 3 snowmobiles. We have no outbuilding on the property other than an attached 2-car garage, and it just doesn't cut it space-wise. So basically, we're asking for permission to build it.
Thank you. Staff?
I think Bill mostly covered everything in his little spiel there, to be honest.
Okay, then thank you. And I'll now call on council to ask any questions of the staff or the applicant. Councillor Turton.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Faulkner. A driveway. You're showing the picture here of the driveway, and I know that our roads department talked about another driveway. Is that in your plans?
Yep. It's sort of, I don't know, do you have this picture?
I do. We do.
It's down here.
So is it coming right onto the side of the road? Like, is it entering into the 12th?
Yes.
It's not cutting across to your existing driveway?
No. We thought about that, but the water line goes right under
Mm-hmm.
from the well. I believe it's 110 feet from the road.
Yep, that's what it says.
Yeah.
So it does say that there's only one driveway permitted.
Yeah.
Only one driveway is permitted for residential parcels.
Okay.
I mean, what's the next step on that?
Well, I did talk to Mike, and he said usually that one driveway is permitted on residential parcels, and that two driveways, it's for a larger agricultural parcel. There are other options to use the existing driveway, or I believe when I talked to Randy, he mentioned about the possibility of using the neighbors.
Driveway.
Oh.
Yeah, he did, and he, actually, the neighbor, Mr. Holst, came in as well.
Oh.
And was asking if there would be issues with that, sorry. I guess we could put that as a condition of the approval, that a driveway or an entrance permit to the satisfaction of the town be approved.
I mean, even if you come off of the driveway to Mr.
Holtz.
Holtz?
Is our neighbor, yeah.
That's an option too.
Well, it was never mentioned to me from Terry Kuipers or anyone about an issue with the driveway.
Maybe he didn't know about it. I don't know.
Oh,
I asked Mike about that. Yeah, sorry.
If I may, I think the comment may have come through during the comment period on the application through Public Works. So what we have done, if council is inclined to approve it, is just that any entrance requirements of the town be met, and then you can meet with them and work it out with them, whatever they can do that you think is acceptable. Either that, or if this committee wants to put a condition that there be two entrances, you can do that, but I wouldn't recommend that, because our Public Works have raised that concern.
So how many feet from your existing driveway to the edge of the property where you want to put a driveway in for the new shed? Is that, I got 30, I've got something that's 307, or is that 30.7?
no, that's the full length.
That's the
in front
full
of
width.
property, I believe.
124
307.
feet?
Yeah.
That would be
See,
the,
there's the existing driveway shows here, and then there's a measurement.
Where's the existing driveway then? I'm,
If you
to the
look at the
house.
drawing on the screen,
Look up
it's a
there.
little bigger.
Yep.
It's 25 feet.
Yeah,
There's the existing, and then there's 124 feet from that driveway to the lot line, it looks like.
property line, yeah.
And
oh, that's the existing driveway that's,
It's over
That's-
there.
that's scribbled.
The
right
total
here.
shelf is over there. No, this is the existing driveway right here.
What's scribbled, I think,
Oh, okay.
is the proposed
What's
it's
driveway.
the
this? Want
proposed.
one.
So that's my question, is how many feet from here over to
want a
here?
driveway there?
Something less than 124.
Yeah, to drive into the shed would be a separate entrance.
So can we widen
Our
this?
existing driveway is here.
That's what
See, we're gonna use the existing
Okay, I'm looking at the
Okay.
proposed shed that's
Councillor
crossed off
Dirksen.
over there. Okay, I've got it.
Yeah.
Um,
Would have been a lot easier, but.
So I'm assuming that this driveway to the shed, to the proposed shed, really wouldn't get a lot of use anyway. Is that fair to say? Like, nothing compared to your house laneway?
No, we're in another existing driveway all the time. but
Sure.
Over there, like, that's why it's not an ideal situation to have the shed on that side.
Well, and I can see you-
Working with what we have to work with, because.
Well, and I
it's
can
not-
see where you thought about putting it, which I can understand that was a nicer
that
spot,
would
but
have
too
been
close to the ditch, so,
logical.
yeah.
Perfect.
So, and I mean, it's going to be fairly costly to put in 110 feet of laneway there too, so if you can, if that works with your neighbor, that would definitely be the best plan, because you'd have 10 feet of laneway to build instead of 110 feet, right? If you can use the neighbor's, like I'm assuming, oh, that's not his laneway though, is it?
Yes, it is.
That is
Yeah,
his laneway?
That's his laneway,
This is
Right on the
way back
property
to the
line.
farm
That's what I was
behind.
thinking, yes,
We're
so.
severed off of
Which was
that-
John Crispin.
that-
Yeah, so if you can just use that bit, I mean, that piece of his laneway, and then build 10 feet to your shed, that would be ideal for everybody.
Oh, I think so.
Might not be easy to access it with the motorhome.
No.
Unless
No,
you
it's
put
the
not.
doors.
Maybe like, if we're talking 40 width by 50 length, in order to get the length and to come in from the front door, now we're gonna be coming in from the side.
Ah, yes,
Probably
You
right.
wouldn't get around the corners over there.
Right.
Big, big turn.
Now, just up from us, in front of John Crispin's, that trailer that sits there, it has two driveways.
It has a circle
And it
drive.
has another driveway on the other side. I mean, there's lots that have two driveways. So,
Just we would have to amend the bylaw then, right?
Make it a circular
sure.
driveway.
Well,
Right.
I think that if I may, the way, we've prepared two decisions, one to deny, which I don't hear with that, but the other is to approve with a condition that any driveway entrance requirements of the Public Works Department are met before a building permit's issued, so the Youngs can go see Public Works and say that there's driveways here, here, and here, so we would like one, and it's not gonna be used very much, and at least it's by this committee, and you don't have to deal with it anymore. She just deals
Correct,
with
that
staff
sounds
directly,
logical,
so.
sure.
Sounds good.
I think they'll be reasonable. I mean, there's trees there too that seem to impact things and,
Yeah.
so I think we're reasonable. I mean, we want to be able to use the thing if you put it up.
Of course.
Yep.
Well, we won't put it up.
Yeah,
You can't access it.
That'd be a poor investment.
yeah. And
Okay.
as for using the neighbors, like, you wouldn't want to situate it just so you could use their entrance unless you had some sort of agreement that you could use it forever or for as long as you need
That's the
it.
only thing about using a neighbor, anything, like, we get along well with them, that's great.
Yeah.
But if we go to sell your property, someone else
Absolutely.
want to deal with that issue.
Yeah.
And what if they sell, and the next buyer's from their place?
They don't get along.
Way, like,
That's
I don't know
right.
how the legalities of that work.
Yeah, you would need a written agreement.
Yeah, you want to,
It'll
like,
be
you
attached to
definitely
the
want to
deed.
avoid that at
Yeah.
all costs, if possible. But yeah, there's no culvert to deal with there. That was another thing that we,
So it'd be just a matter of, I guess, who pays for the width of the driveway, right, on the road allowance? That's really the only issue, if you're going to allow it.
Well, it's a Public Works issue though, right?
And that's a
It's not
public
us.
works issue, so I would be,
Something going on to your right there, Mr. Chair.
I got Councillor Elliott first.
Okay, question I have, so we agree to allow this to move forward, and they're to make a deal with Public Works, and they can't come to the agreement with Public Works that they want, that they would like. Have they got other avenues? What appeal avenues would they have then? Can they come back to this committee for an appeal on that, or what happens?
I guess there's, if I may, through the chair, if you approve that with that condition, and they go to Public Works and they say, absolutely not, you're gonna do it this way, then within, I think, 20 days of the decision, she can appeal that. We would hope that wouldn't happen. What I would suggest is if they meet with myself in Public Works and we can't work it out, then they come to you as council. and
For a
work it out.
decision, you bet.
So
I see that, I just wanted to have her,
Yeah.
she had an avenue.
I'm comfortable we won't get to that point, I hope.
Councillor Caldwell.
Just a question too, you've explained the use of the building, that it's for storage only, but I'm always concerned when someone sells a property, you know, that we make sure it's not commercial or for residential use for the next owner. And is that a concern, or is,
If I may not, in this case, it's still zoned the way it's zoned, so you can't put a business in there without
okay,
meeting the requirements of the
Zoned
zoning
for
bylaws, so,
residential. Yep,
yeah.
thank
so it
you.
would have to be changed, like zoned commercial, if someone. wants
Correct,
to run
correct.
business, yeah.
Any other questions?
Excuse me.
I would ask, do you have any questions for the council or staff?
So,
Excuse me.
if I'm understanding this correctly, is it Randy and I meet with the roads department? And you, Bill?
Yeah,
Well, hopefully you don't need me, you should be able to work it out with them, but if,
How do I arrange that, or who is that?
it's Mike McIsaac or Brian Hanson.
Okay,
I can get you his card.
okay, thanks. And so we just have a meeting with them and discuss about the driveway, that
Yep.
seems to be the only issue?
correct.
Well,
I'm not sure it's an issue, but it's something that has to be clarified.
Consideration.
it is a real big issue for me, because
Yeah.
I can't have the driveway, we can't,
That's why you were,
Saugeen will not let me move even back another 5 feet because it's floodplain, you know.
Yep,
Oh boy. Anyway, that's a long story. So I can't move and switch that shop around
Nope.
to accommodate the contents that we want to put in it.
I think you'll find it'll work out just fine.
That's where I'm a little bit,
our people are very reasonable.
Process.
Okay,
Mr.
There's obviously no but members of the, in the audience, so we can skip number 8. And then, Mr. CAO White, you wish to provide a resolution.
That the application by Randy and Margaret Young be approved for property at Part Lot 17, Concession 12, 6187 12th Line, Harrison, to permit construction of a 2,000 square foot accessory structure on the subject property, subject to that any driveway entrance requirements of the Public Works Department being met prior to the issuance of a building permit. If you had to vote on that, then I would pass the decision around, and anyone who agreed with that would sign the decision.
So are you suggesting we should have a recorded vote?
No, just a motion?
Just a motion? Councillor Elliott, Councillor Dirksen, all in favor? Opposed, if any? I declare the motion carried.
So, Mr. Chair, you have something to read under item 10,
Yes.
and I'll pass this around.
Okay. Anyone wishing to receive a copy of the notice of decision to please sign the request for notice of decision prior to leaving the council chambers following the meeting.
It. You can declare it closed.
Even before it's signed?
Yes, well,
Okay.
you've already approved it, so.
All right. I will officially adjourn this public meeting.
Go.
He likes that gavel.
Oh, you got a vote call on that.
Oh, yes.
That bylaws.
Was that on your speed?
You sign here.
Oh,
Yes. I'm gonna do this.
Councillor Turton.
Thank you very much.
While you're signing that, moved by Councillor Elliott, seconded by Councillor Dirksen, that the Committee of Adjustment convenes into regular council meeting. All in favor? Opposed, if any? Declare that motion carried.
I'm done.
You're done.
You are free.
You're done, all right.
That's all.
Is that you?
Take your keys and water.
Good.
What's that?
That's your water?
Yep.
You can stay and watch us pass bylaws.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I just phone Mike at any time and come in here and meet with him and you, or just him?
Just Tim.
Just him. Okay. Sounds good, thanks.
Have a good week.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Yeah.
coming.
Moved by Councillor Turton, seconded by Councillor Anderson, that the County Council of the Town of Minto ratifies the motions made in the Committee of the Whole. All in favor? Opposed, if any? Declare the motion carried. Moved by Councillor Dirksen, seconded by Councillor Turton, that bylaw 2015-74 to authorize the Deputy Mayor and CO Clerk to sign the agreement for Kyle Dick allowing Grist Street Road allowance as an entrance from King Street be introduced and read a first, second, third time and passed in open council and sealed with the seal of corporation. All in favor? Opposed, if any? Declared motion carried. Moved by Councillor Caldwell, seconded by Councillor Anderson, the bylaw 2015-75 to confirm the proceedings of the September 1st, 2015 committee council meeting be introduced, read a first, second, third time, and passed in open council and sealed with the seal of the corporation. All in favor? Declare the motion carried. Whoa, this is the best one. Prepare for a lot of discussion on this one. Moved by Councillor Elliott, seconded by Councillor Dirksen, that the Council of Town of Minto adjourn to meet again at the call of the mayor. All in favor? Opposed, if any? Declare the motion carried. Thank you, everybody. Good meeting.
Thank you.